It's Monday. I'm meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. It looks like we have a summertime pattern for the Gulf Coast for this week. Rain chances look to stay generally low, but we're keeping an eye on the end of the week into the weekend where we could have some better opportunities at seeing rain showers. Let's get right to the forecast. We're going to start with the analysis. This is of the upper levels of the atmosphere across the entire nation and a really active setup for the central part of the country. If you look off to our northwest, you see a big trough over the western United States, ridging over the east. That trough over the western United States swinging through and creating active weather for the central plain, central part of the country. We will see that when we look at the severe weather outlook. Here's a look at the water vapor imagery across the nation. You can see where already there are some active storms going on across the central part of the country. And you can see that reflected in the surface analysis as well, where you see the fronts and low pressure systems that are positioned over the central part of the country. And there you go with the national satellite and radar picture, active weather over Missouri right now. That is as of this Monday morning around 6 o'clock. For us locally, there have been some low clouds this morning on the satellite imagery. We're keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, it looks quiet and any clouds will break up. Here's the look at the temperatures, and Mobile Regional Airport reporting clouds and 69 degrees, 66 Montgomery, 69 Birmingham. Warmer temperatures off to the west at 77 Shreveport, Lake Charles, Houston, 79 Dallas. Looking at our local temperatures, note the temperatures across northwest Florida, the coast there, 75 Pensacola, 71 Navarre, 74 in Destin this morning. It's kind of a mild morning there. We have had the potential of some patchy fog this morning, and I think that continues into our Tuesday morning as well. So a heads up there. Alerts across the nation. It's active across the central part of the country here. You can actually see there's some freeze watches, freeze warnings there across portions of western Nebraska, Colorado, and Wyoming. There, even into Utah. For us across the region, there's nothing going on. It is quiet. The active weather's in the central part of the country where we see a level 4 out of 5, moderate risk for severe weather. So that is a high end risk that includes areas south of Omaha, Nebraska, and portions of Kansas. The enhanced risk includes portions of Iowa, Missouri, all the way up to North Oklahoma. And then the broader slight risk from the Great Lakes down to North Texas. We are in general thunder for today. No severe weather is expected. And really, we don't expect very many showers and thunderstorms today over the next couple of days. So we'll take a look at that in modeling. There's the day 2 outlook. The overall system does progress a bit to the east. Slight risks expanding from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Mexico-Texas border there. But nothing for our area. And the day 3 outlook, everything just kind of washes out. We get into general thunder as the front approaches the region, but it kind of stalls out and loses its steam. And this is very evident when you look at the rainfall over the next 7 days. The bullseye is off to our west. What's going to happen is this system, this frontal system, is going to come down and essentially park to our northwest. It's going to fizzle out to our northwest. And what that does is it brings the highest rainfall totals to our northwest as well. You see the bullseye over Louisiana and Texas of around 4 to 5 inches. For us locally, there is not much, not even half an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch, which we could use a lot more because the drought monitor does still show severe drought across our area. So we could use the rain, but maybe this weekend or even the following week, we could see some better rain chances. Let's break this down in modeling. We will start out here on Monday, the 18th. Today, it looks like afternoon temperatures will be in the 80s with a ridge of high pressure in place and the active weather across the plains. Here you are with the view, and the European forecast model does try to squeeze out a couple of rain showers, but I think the odds overall of rain showers are low for today. Here's a look at the HRRR this afternoon. This is valid at 6 p.m. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s to the mid 80s, but we are mainly dry here. Looking at Tuesday, the 19th, morning temperatures in the 60s and 70s. Afternoon temperatures really building up because of that ridge of high pressure. Will be decently into the 80s, quite a few upper 80s possible there. And it looks like low rain chances. Here's the H triple R at 6 p.m., and you don't see much. Wednesday, ridge of high pressure still generally in place here, and it looks like a quiet, warm, partly sunny day. Afternoon temperatures in the 80s, and a very slight chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. This is about to start repeating a lot here over the next few days. Moving on to Thursday, this is the 21st. It looks like the temperatures will be in the 80s in the afternoon as this ridge of high pressure is still in place. Highest coverage of rain showers still off to our west. This is as that boundary is working down, but stalls out before it gets to the Gulf Coast. So you can see higher rain chances for the northern part of the state of Alabama, higher rain chances for a good chunk of Mississippi, Louisiana, while we stay generally quiet here on the immediate Gulf Coast. Friday, the ridge starts to break down a little locally, and you can see our flow is generally out of the southwest, and the highest rain coverage looks to be to our west. You can see over Mississippi and Louisiana, higher rain coverage in the afternoon. This is valid here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see just a few isolated rain showers possible locally as we head into Friday. There was some thinking that Friday could be more active, but this latest run of the European forecast model is less aggressive for us locally. Looking ahead, this is Saturday, the 23rd, and you can see ridge still somewhat in place here with southwest flow locally. So we're going to keep warm temperatures in the 80s, and we do have in the European forecast model a higher odds at seeing some rain showers and thunderstorms. So we have boosted the rain chances for that day. Moving out to the 24th, which is Sunday. This is Sunday afternoon. Still a ridge in place, and we will keep warm temperatures in the 80s and a very slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Looks like the highest coverage will be off to our west. There was some thinking in previous models that the rain coverage will be significantly higher here, and some forecasts are still going with that. So keep that in mind that our Memorial Day weekend might be slightly more unsettled compared to the week, but right now, it looks like this latest run of the model is trying to do some shifting, so we'll be keeping an eye on that here. Moving ahead, ridge in place here. And this is Monday, the 25th. Highs in the 80s and a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Same thing here on next Tuesday. Ridge generally in place, but we're kind of in southwest flow. And we have a better shot next week. So the following week here of seeing showers and thunderstorms. That Monday was Memorial Day. It's the day after Memorial Day on Tuesday now. In the afternoon, you can see a few showers and thunderstorms. And looking out to day 10, this is next Wednesday, the 27th. And what you see here, big ridge over the Great Lakes. My goodness. But for us locally, a little system coming down on the southern side of the flow. So it looks like we could have a decent rain coverage in the afternoon. So, what does that mean for us? We're keeping things pretty quiet in the near term. Look at the blue bar for your rainfall, and you can see through about Thursday, we stay pretty low. Then it looks like by Friday and Saturday, the bars start to tick up a little bit. And that means that we could be getting some additional rainfall, but it's really the following week where we get some better rainfall. And the total for 15 days from the mean from the European Ensemble's AI version takes us up to around 4 inches, which would be decent for something that we could definitely use. Temperature-wise, it is going to be warm. I think the highest temperatures comes over the next couple of days, Tuesday, Wednesday here, with temperatures in the upper 80s in Mobile. We could see some temperatures flirting with 90 degrees. Do note that because it is more muggy, we are going to have heat index values that are probably going to be in the 90s. Then towards the end of the week, temperatures do pull back very slightly, especially as we could possibly see a higher coverage of rain showers towards the weekend. So you can see those temperatures reflected there in the mid 80s. In the mornings, it is mild, generally in the 60s. And for Mobile, it looks like the low 70s. Over the next couple of mornings, we could see some patchy fog. All right, here's a temperature outlook, 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, May 25th through 31st. And it looks like, especially with that ridge that we were talking about over the Great Lakes, some warmer than average temperatures will be possible. Well, quick reminder for you, do send in your weather photos to us on social media via email or via the Fox 10 weather app. I will be on Fox 10 News later today, later this morning, so I'll see you then. Otherwise, hope you have a great week. Get ready for that summertime weather. By the way, quick note, I just want to mention this. If you are down at the beach over the next couple of days, we have a moderate to high risk of rip current, so do pay attention. I know a lot of schools are getting out at this time. You might be planning to go to the beach. We will have your beach updates and more on Fox 10, so be sure to tune in. Otherwise, do have a great week.